Good morning, afternoon, and or evening. This is Derek at Professor Silly Gaming, playing Skyrim Anniversary Edition on Legendary difficulty as Victor Von Doom. So, having ended the Civil War on behalf of the Stormcloaks, and upon defeating Alduin, Doom has turned his attention towards securing the high throne of Skyrim. And this basically involves convincing enough people that Doom should be the High King of Skyrim, including the Jarl of Morthal. And in so doing, this is where Doom discovered a coven of vampires in a cave attempting to take over an entire city. And so perhaps all that Doom has heard about vampires and a newly reformed Dawnguard might have some merit, so perhaps Doom should check out said Dawnguard. Alright, I am approaching this castle, and so far I'd have to say I'm not terribly impressed. This doesn't seem to be nearly as defensible as it should be. So let's head inside like this guy's suggesting and meet this guy.
We here, Tolan. The Vigilance and I were finished with each other a long time ago.
You know why I'm here. The Vigilance are under attack everywhere. The vampires are much more dangerous than we believed.
And now you want to come running to safety with the Dawnguard, is that it? I remember Keeper Carset telling me repeatedly that Fort Dawnguard is a crumbling ruin, not worth the expense and manpower to repair. And now that you've stirred up the vampires against you, you come begging for my protection.
Isra, Carset is dead. The Hall of the Vigilance, everyone. They're all dead. You were right, we were wrong. Isn't that enough for you?
Yes, well, I never wanted any of this to happen. I tried to warn all of you. I am sorry, you know. So who are you? What do you want?
I heard you needed help with the vampires.
You heard right. I'm glad word's finally starting to get around. But that means it won't be long before the vampires start to take notice as well.
What do you need?
I need someone out in the field taking the fight to the damn vampires. Or we're getting the fort back into shape. Tolan was telling me about some cave the Vigilants were poking around in. Seemed to think it was related to these recent vampire attacks. Tolan, tell him about, what was it? Dimhollow.
Yes, that's it. Dimhollow Crypt. Brother Adalvald was sure it held some long-lost vampire artifact of some kind. We didn't listen to him any more than we did Isran. He was at the hall when it was attacked.
That's good enough for me. Go see what the vampires were looking for in this Dimhollow Crypt. With any luck, they'll still be there.
Alright. That is all I need to know. He's giving me a crossbow, which I am not going to use because Doom does not use such. I mean, a crossbow makes more sense than a bow, but still, it doesn't feel right for Doom to be suddenly equipping a crossbow when the armor can fire plasma, plus everything else that Doom knows how to do. So let's be on our way. All right, so I'm nearly at the cave, and I came across the Hall of Vigilance, which, like they said, has been utterly destroyed. I was hoping to find a bed in here because, as you can see from my stats, I'm getting really tired, and it's starting to affect my level of magicka, as well as everything else. So, unfortunately, there's no beds here. I really should have gotten rested up before I started on this. So we'll see what we find on the way forward from here. And we're at the cave, and we are still really, really tired. So we'll head in and we'll see what's around me first. All right. I've been playing around with Illusion, the School of Illusion, so I have a spell here in my right hand that creates evil twins of the enemies. So of course I'm not sneaking because I am Doom and I don't sneak, but as I get in here closer, this should now create the illusion that they're fighting themselves. They don't do a lot of damage, the evil twins. They're also not very strong. They go down pretty easily, but As you can see, I can't just cast this spell forever. Unlike Destruction and Alteration, I haven't equipped my armor with the ability to just hold illusion spells indefinitely. So my magicka is dropping. But as soon as the evil twins go down, new ones are just created. So I can keep this going for a bit. Now, if I wasn't tired, I'd be able to keep this up much, much longer. Now, I don't know what the Vigilant of Stendar's plan was, if he was planning on trying to be sneaky or something, but obviously it's not working out well for him, because he's just down there fighting with everybody and apparently getting slaughtered. Well, not my circus, not my monkeys, as far as I'm concerned. The Vigilant probably should have taken the Dawnguard's advice and stayed out of this. Oh well. Alright, so my magicka is almost down to as low as it's going to go before I can stop casting the spell. So I'm going to have to go in there at some point. Now, I'm not too eager to rely on my destruction abilities because, frankly, it's already maxed out. And I do want to get further perks from leveling up. So, I can always go ethereal, of course, with a shout. I can always pull out the ebony blade, and I can block as necessary until I can have enough magicka to cast paralysis, and then paralyze him. Oh, it's letting me hold it even after my magicka is at 0. Well, I'm gonna hold it as long as I can then, if it's gonna let me. How weird. All right, so it looks like we're down to just a few at this point. Yeah, let's head on down here. All right, so the Vigilant is still alive, surprisingly. Oh, and you are still at like full health. Okay, that's much more concerning. In that case, I should probably get a paralysis. Oh, and he's down. Oh, and I've contacted the disease. All right, this is not going as well. I'm just gonna block. She's not really getting through, which is good, and it's improving the skill, so that's good. But enough's enough. Let's start attacking, go on the offensive here. Yeah, she's going down quick. No problem. My health's staying strong. And that is that. When I get it down to just one enemy, it's so much easier just to come in and hold my own. Ooh, and a page. Wrathful Deities. Fantastic. I'm not getting nearly enough of these. Now, for the record, I know that the Ebony Blade is a severely underpowered two-handed sword in Skyrim, and I haven't sacrificed nearly enough friends for it to be more powerful than it could be. That said, I'm doing it very much on purpose. I'm using this sword on purpose for one big reason, which is I don't want to necessarily have things go down fast while I'm using my sword. I want to level the ability up. That's more important to me than killing things too quickly. So the fact that it's underpowered actually, I feel, is working to my advantage. I may be wrong, but that's the way I'm thinking about it. And I noticed there was no beds in here. You would think there'd be like for the vampire thralls, there would be like a couple of beds, but apparently not. No beds. That's disappointing. All right, getting further and further into this cave, and yeah, still no beds, but that's okay. And using my Aura Whisper, of course, to make sure I don't get surprised by anything. Like so. And hey, okay, so it sounds like we've got some Draugr up here, as well as some vampires. So this is good. I'll be able to create the evil twins that will run in and just make the situation more chaotic. I'm going to be kind of behind this little recess in the wall so that the shouts don't get me. And ideally they just don't spot me. I mean, they may know I'm here, like, in an abstract sense, but they haven't actually spotted me. I'm not sneaking, of course, but, yeah, this is going to probably go on for a little while. We're at about 3 minutes to be exact, but now we're down to this last one, so let's just paralyze her, and then we'll just hack and slash until she is no more. There we go. One more for good measure. Get the vampire dust, of course, because, yeah, I'm going to be able to sell all that. And sadly, still haven't found any more Eldritch pages, just that first one. Oh well. Alright, so I believe we're coming up to our first, like, big... that wasn't Aura Whisper. Let's try that again. Oh, hey, hello.
Where are you?
You're just a regular vampire, so let's just become ethereal. So we can cast the paralysis, and then we'll just hack and slash. Yeah. And I mean, it takes a little while, but eventually it works. I'm getting plenty of vampire dust and gems and gold out of this, but unfortunately, yeah, no more Eldritch pages. It's unfortunate. So I should be coming up to a master vampire, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, there's a few more things I need to cut through before I get to that, apparently. I forgot about all this stuff, so yeah, moving ahead. Right, this is what I was thinking I was approaching before. So we got a master vampire and his pet giant spider.
That's the best you can do.
Night Master Vampire. I'm not sure if I've even heard of that before. Alright, so yeah, evil twins. Let's just cast this. He's fighting something in there. Master Vampire. Alright, so there's a Night Master and a Master. So they're not going to be able to get through the gate. Well, that's unfortunate. I was hoping just to stay safe on my side and let my evil twins do all the work, but I'll just open the gate, stand back, so they can just go in. There's only 2 enemies, so I may be able to have my illusionary evil twins do almost all of the work, in fact. Man, I'm really liking this spell. As far as illusion spells go, this one has got to be one of the favorites I've come across. Because as he knocks them down, they just keep coming. Endless supply. Well, not endless, but seemingly endless supplies of them. And there we go. Illusions up to 51. Nice. So on a seemingly unrelated note, I think it may be apparent, or it may be interesting, or it may be completely trivial, that Doom is not married in this Skyrim universe, even though marriage brings obvious advantages. And so I looked into the lore in the comic books, and in the comics, Doom has, on occasion, married, but it's always with a pattern of oh, you're coming for me now. Okay, hold that thought. Let's see. I'm already ethereal. Do I want to use Firestorm? I don't know if Firestorm's going to cut it. It might be better if I just Thunderbolt and just hit multiple times. Like that. Alright, good deal. And the Night Master is almost full strength, so we're going to do the Paralyze, Hack and Slash, Rinse and Repeat. I'll talk to you in a few minutes here. Yeah, literally like 2-3 full minutes. Anyway, so when Doom is married in the comic books, it's always been someone he sees as an equal or a near equal to him. And frankly, there doesn't really seem to be anybody in the Skyrim world that seems to be an equal to Doom. So,
I'll never tell you anything, vampire.
all right, we're getting close to this whole puzzle and this whole thing. That said, Serana may be the only character in Skyrim that would seemingly measure up to Doom's standards. Now, I played a character a few years back that I ended up being like a master vampire type character, and of course did marry Serana, and we stayed vampires and adopted little children, and then the adopted children lived with 2 vampires, and I even turned, I think, my Thane or my steward into a vampire, like just to terrorize the children. I thought that was funny. But if Doom is going to marry Serana, it would be because he's going to get her cured. I don't know. I'm still kind of thinking about it. Just thoughts, ruminations, if you will. All right, on this occasion, I did choose to conjure my Dremora Pit Fighter, and we're just wrapping it up now with this last opponent, like that. Wait, is there one more? I thought I was done. Nope. Yeah, we're done. All right. So yeah, we did a team up, and I got to do this puzzle now. It's got to be the easiest puzzle. I did contract the vampire disease again, so I need to cure that real quick. All right, so yeah, this puzzle, ridiculously easy. We just have it pierce the armor, which makes 0 sense, but whatever. And then it's just a matter of seeing where the the purple is going and where it's stopping and going accordingly. So that's not the right one. It's the one over here. So I need to, push this one to where the purple is going and stopping. And then it continues on. It's like literally the easiest, well, maybe not the easiest puzzle ever. There's definitely some easy puzzles in this game. But anyway, let's do all that. So yeah, Portal or Portal 2, this is not, for sure. Alright, so I don't need my sword out for this. That is now going to drop down and lower. And we are going to meet Serana. Which side is the side that opens? The, alright, well, getting an action signal there, so there we go. And there she is. And let's have this conversation.
Who sent you here?
That is not your concern.
I think it is, actually. Why would someone who isn't like me come all the way down here?
What do you mean, like you?
Can't you tell just from looking at me? A vampire.
Why were you locked away like this?
That's complicated. And I'm not totally sure if I can trust you. But if you want to know the whole story, help me get back to my family's home.
Just be mindful not to get in my way.
I was going to say the same thing to you. My family used to live on an island to the west of Solitude. I would guess they still do. By the way, my name is Serana. Good to meet you.
How long were you in there?
Good question. Hard to say. I can't really tell. I feel like it was a long time. Who is Skyrim's High King?
That remains to be seen.
Oh, wonderful. A war of succession. Good to know the world didn't get boring while I was gone. Who are the contenders?
The Empire supports Elisif, but the rest of Skyrim's loyalty is split between Ulfric and, well, myself.
Empire? What empire?
The so-called Empire from Cyrodiil.
Cyrodiil is the seat of an empire? I must have been gone longer than I thought. Definitely longer than we planned. Please, let's hurry. I need to get home so I can figure out what's happened. Right.
So, as you can tell by my magicka, I have become even more tired, and it's actually now blurring the screen. So, I'm going to skip forward to at least a point where it's not blurry, and probably just to the castle. Or, if I just kill a few guards in this fort, then I can find a place to sleep here. Which means it's time to level up. And I think I'm going to take health, because occasionally I do encounter enemies or groups of enemies that can kill me still. Now, as far as what I want to take, let's see here. There's a few things in Illusion that are mildly interesting, but nothing that's really like screaming at me that it's a super high priority. Heavy armor is where I put the last few perks, and I have to admit the Immortal does sound is tempting. And even though I've leveled up two-handed to 70, there's really nothing in this perk tree that really calls to me. So since there's no perks available right now that I really am dying to take, let's look at where I want to go with perks instead. Protect Your God does sound pretty cool, assuming I have a companion. In order to take that, I would have to take Imperious Splendor, which would not be the worst thing. And I've already taken Crown of the False King, so yeah, I'm actually well on my way of taking that path if I so choose. Ghost of the Tenth Eye is reliant on sneaking, which I don't do, but Night Eye would be useful. Things have been really dark lately, so I'm taking it. And thanks to my mods, I have another perk to take, but I'm going to hold on to it and decide what I want to do with that later. Let's get to that castle. Alright, after a bit of a hike, and then a carriage ride, and then a bunch of horse riding, we are here at the castle in the far northwestern section of Skyrim, and it is freaking cold. Now, I wasn't exactly, holding up for Serana. I was traveling really quickly, so she should... Yeah, she's there. Great. I was going to say, I hope she caught up. Alright, she's going to want to have a quick little conversation, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, from Doom's perspective, I mean, she is no more impressive than any of the other individuals that have been under Doom's employ helping out, so whatever. Add to that the fact that she's a vampire makes her less than trustworthy. And we don't know what we're going to see in this castle, so Doom is on guard. And I don't feel like I have anything to say to this old man. At least he sounds old, so we shall just move on. The Watchman. Alright. It occurs to me I should probably start using that whole night vision thing I just learned, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not in any danger right now, so it's not like I need to see what's going on around me in exquisite detail or anything. Alright, he's announcing her. And let's be really clear about Doom's stance on vampires. Doom is not into vampires and does not like vampires. In fact, in the comics, Doom says some fairly ridiculously funny things to and about Dracula. So obviously we're going to be on the side of the Dawnguard through this whole thing. And to sum up their conversation, she's got daddy issues, and he's a prick, and the mom is missing. And let's skip to the conversation that we're going to have with this guy.
For my daughter's safe return, you have my gratitude. Tell me, what is your name?
I am Victor Von Doom. Who are you?
I am Harkon, Lord of this court. By now, my daughter would have told you what we are.
I really don't care what you are.
Perhaps you should. I count some of the oldest and most powerful vampires in Skyrim among the members of my court. For centuries we lived here, far from the cares of the world. All that ended when my wife betrayed me and stole away that which I valued most.
And what do you think happens now?
You have done me a great service, and now you must be rewarded. There is but one gift I can give that is equal in value to the Elder Scroll and my daughter. I offer you my blood. Take it and you will walk as a lion among sheep. Men will tremble at your approach, and you will never fear death again.
And if I refuse your so-called gift?
Then you will be prey, like all mortals. I will spare your life this once, but you will be banished from this hall. Perhaps you still need convincing. Behold the power! That I offer. Now, make your choice.
Doom is above such desires. I refuse your gift.
So be it. You are prey, like all mortals. I banish you.
And I find myself back outside. So that is how I came to realize that I should probably take care of this vampire war before worrying too much more about becoming the High King of Skyrim. And with that, we will call it a week. So I would like to thank you so much for spending some time with me, and like and subscribe, comment if you feel so inclined. Have a great rest of your whatever, and I will see you on the other side. Ta-ta.